Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a little tips and tricks for how to 1vx in Mordhau. Okay, so to jump right into it, we're going to be going over positioning, kiting and pulling, weapon strengths and weaknesses, and just general mechanics. So to start with positioning, you're basically going to want to at all times keep both players in your field of view, and you never want to intentionally, for no reason, pivot through both players or like go through the middle of both players. And you always want to use the environment to your advantage when you have the opportunity. So for the first example, I don't do anything special in this 2v1. I generally just keep kiting to the outside of one player, which we're going to go over later, and I keep both of the players on my screen at almost the entire time of this 1vx scenario. So in this next clip, I'm going to be showcasing Cyclone and how he uses the environment to his advantage. He recognizes he's in a 2v1 and immediately starts kiting with the wall to stack both players on top of each other. The reason this is so useful is because, one, it gives you more time to continue to S-key away from both the players, and it allows both the players to be on your screen at all time, and it's a lot easier to defend from. So we're going to be going over kiting and pulling now, probably the most important tactic or tip. So to start, you want to be wrapping one of the players on your screen, preferably the one with the longer weapon. You never want to be flat-footed, and you want to take initiative off the first player you're continuing to wrap. So for this clip, I hit all the check marks. Step 1, I take initiative off the spear, and I continue to wrap the longer weapon, stacking the greatsword player onto the spear's back. So he's fighting to get around his teammate just to hit me. Okay, so the next vital, crucial step to 1vx is going to be pivoting. Once you realize you're not going to be able to wrap one player, you need to cut through both players and get both of them in your field of view. So as you can see here, I pivoted through the spear and the greatsword, and they were both in my field of view. I continue to try to wrap the spear. He's off my screen, so I pivot through again, and now they're both back on my screen, and I'm turn capping the greatsword. And it's kind of this battle between fighting to turn cap one player, and if you can't, you need to pivot through. So in this clip, I'm showcasing Cyclone. As you can see, he uses his movement extremely well and continues to just pivot through both players. And he's able to threaten both players with backswing potential also, which we're going to go into now. So to dive into mechanics, the most important thing you're going to need to know is buffering, and how buffering basically negates one player throwing an attack at you and makes you only have to defend the other player. You're going to need to double parry whenever they're fed to you, and also you need to know how to use backswing and when to use it. Here you can see Cyclone chamber the first player. That player misses, and he feint parries into the next player. So now I'm going to showcase backswinging and buffering. I land a parry, backswing, and get 2 hits out of it. So now we go into this little buffer war, where I continue to just buffer the first player and then into the second player. And it basically, 1, baits out a parry, and 2, if I decide to gamble my buffer and just send the attack out, I have the chance of hitting one of them, so it forces them to feint out of their attacks they're winding up. So lastly, I just want to kind of put this out there that, 1, I'm not the best at 1vx or anywhere close to it, but I have a lot of great experience with a lot of great players who have taught me what I know so far, and also that this tutorial really only covers the bare bones of 1vx. There are so many different scenarios you can be put in and that have different outcomes, and you'll need to play them differently. But these are just how you can break down 1vx into its core mechanics and basically work on things individually. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I just want to say, like, comment, share the video if you think it's good. I know there's a lot of stuff I missed or I kind of walked over, but this is for probably the intermediate level player, so try not to be too elitist in the comments. Thanks, boys.